my mum, there were 7 children, and they've immigrated from North Africa. So they'd come here to work. They had 7 kids. We were born here, 5 girls. And she just sort of didn't want us to be obsessed with the way that we look. She wanted to sort of, I don't know, just encourage us to focus more on the inside. I know that sounds a bit cringe, but there were mirrors. There was one in her room. There's one in the bathroom.
Yeah.
But that was it. We didn't have mirrors in our bedrooms or anything like that. No. So it was just more they used to always, my dad used to switch the electricity off as well, like
Gosh.
once a week or once every 2 weeks, so that we would just be sort of forced to talk to each other. Couldn't read because there was no light, couldn't do any of that. So we'd be forced to sort of play games or whatever, just spend some time together, because they were working so often. That was the only time that they could really,
Yeah.
get us together. So that's what it was about. It wasn't a sort of, no, you can't
Not
have mirrors. It was
specifically.
more about, let's just sort of don't get obsessed with the way that you look. So I've never been obsessed with all of that. I've
No.
never, I walk out the house. Most of the time I don't even look in the mirror at all.
And well, you're lucky. 'cause
No,
you
I
look
mean, I'm not. You
amazing.
haven't seen me on my normal day. But yeah. So it's not really played a big part in, in my life, really.
What you've just said,
Mm.
even as you've been speaking, feels so refreshing to me, because something that I think really frustrates me now is that everybody's so obsessed about the way they look from a very, very young age. There's like so much pressure on it. Young girls are using filters from a very, very young age. Girls are into aesthetics really, really early, and it's all about how they look. And actually, they have less time to look up and enjoy the world and life, because they've got their head down, actually looking down most of the time. So what you've just said, I don't know, I felt something in here going, that felt like a breath of fresh air. What about them bringing up your own daughter?
I mean, it's challenging at times, bringing up children, but I think it's getting better. I don't want to put a doom and gloom on it. We're in the early days of social media, so there's always going to be this influx of abusing it, so to speak. Whether that's people looking at others and going, "Oh, look at her life." It's all nonsense, isn't it? None of it is real. But my daughter, I'm really lucky. It's the 2 of us. She was away at boarding school, and so I think that helped her in the sense that not everything is what it seems. The grass isn't always greener on the other side, if you know what I mean. So she's really tuned in. Yeah, she still worries about her looks, but I think me being brought up, that was quite an exception, but I think it's quite natural for people to worry about the way they look, teenagers, and want to look their best. We've just got a sort of big focus on it now because everyone can see your life.
Yeah.
But she's not really on social media either. So, and that was her choice. That's her choice. So I've been lucky like that. But of course, there are young girls out there that are completely, taken in by it. And that's quite sad. And I think that will get better though, as we as social media matures. I think we'll learn how to handle it more.